Great team we're going against. I thought the work was so good. A lot of energy, right? It just amps up a little bit when you get to these kind of practices. So good for us. Can't wait to get a look at the tape and get to work. So thanks to the coach for coming. I thought it was a well-run practice. Both teams did their best to keep staying on their feet as much as possible and keep it healthy. So we were happy about that. I think we got a lot of good work done. So what questions do you have?
John, I know, like you said, when you watch the film, you'll get a little bit more detail. But did anything jump out at you? Anything that you saw from your team that you maybe didn't see, in the regular time?
You're looking at the details, really. I mean, you're not really looking at the outcomes as much. I mean, obviously, I give them credit right at the end. They got 2 interceptions in 2 minutes, so that was great. Great job by those guys underneath making those catches. So that was disappointing to us. We don't want to throw an interception in 2 minutes. So we'll look at that, and that's why I like it. I mean, it makes you feel what it's like in a real situation to be there and to try to compete and get the stop or whatever it might be. So we got the stops. And then the rest of the way, just everything is broken down into pieces. Everything is a drill that's a part of the whole, and we're trying to break it down as far as we can, right down to every single individual type of performance or technique or whatever, and try to improve.
John, in terms of special teams today, it was first very tight in terms of the number of opportunities for each side. But it looked like one breakdown, at least on the return game, and one coverage on return kickball, and then also one. Tell me what you saw.
Yeah, I mean, we get a chance to look at those plays and just work through them. I think we came free in the punt rush once or twice. We had some good rushes, and we did really well with the vice stuff. I thought our gunners looked really good. So we had, and also the chance. Those reps for those guys in games are just really kind of rare because you only get three preseason games for the young guys. Most of these guys have never played special teams before, so we'll coach those plays. I mean, the one that got outside the edge, whoever the edge guy was, we'll coach him up.
John, the brawl that broke out, obviously not something the fight that broke out, not something you want to see. Obviously, you're used to this on occasion. What's your message to the guys, after something like that?
Well, the same message as before. It's like we want to play it like it's a game. So here's an opportunity to handle those situations like you're going to handle them in a game. And we did 99% of the time, but we didn't on that play. It's like Shane and I were talking afterwards, and also Chris Ballard, we were both talking. It's always special teams. It always happens in these practices on special teams. And usually it's the gunners. The gunner vice where you can pretty much chalk it up and predict it that it's going to happen because it's one of those full field, really competitive drills. And, it happened. But it should be a learning experience opportunity for our team too. You don't have to throw a punch you can throw in that game. You go back at it, and they throw you out, and the officials threw both those guys out. So that's an opportunity for us to learn from.
John, you've had Kyle obviously for a few years now. Are there still ways that he's finding to impress you, just with his ability to move all around and then obviously the physical side as well?
Yeah, another conversation with one of the coaches, but he's just a really good football athlete. I'm sure he still runs pretty fast. I'm sure he still jumps pretty high and all that. But he does all the football movements functionally really, really well. He can get off blocks. He can make tackles. He can rush the passer. He's got leverage on the blocker, and he finds a way because he's really good. And I think that's what you're talking about.
John, we didn't see Kyle out there today.
What's that?
We didn't see Kyle Hamilton out there today. Is everything okay with him?
Yeah, it's one of those camp deals. Just hold him out of this one. Try not to make anything more of a problem than it needs to be.
In 11s today, Charlie Kohler got open a bunch of times. Also had that tough contested catch he made. How comfortable do you feel with Isaiah out for a little bit of time with Charlie and how he's grown as a receiver?
Yeah, Charlie came in as a receiver. That's the interesting thing. And I do think he's grown as a receiver also. But he's probably his biggest growth came as a blocker. He's never blocked, I don't think, one time in Iowa State. It seemed like now he's kind of known as a blocker. And yet he has 2 or 3 big, huge passing catches today. We had numerous big plays in the passing game. We had a couple big runs. We had a number of red zone scores, which was good. The first several ones. So those are all great things to see. And Charlie was a big part of it.
John, how did you feel like you guys did on the operations stuff? I mean, getting guys set. You wanted them to.
Yeah, he was really good. We had really one situation where a new guy who's been here for like 2 days had a tough time being on or off the ball. It didn't impact the plays at all, but he's learning the formations. So I'm not thrilled about it. I believe we had 3 formation day deals, and we had 2 or 3 of them in that situation. So it's not the easiest thing to come in 2 days and win a whole offense.
John, you talked about the starters, these joint practices. This is where they're going to get a lot of their work. Did you feel good about what you saw, at least from what you can remember from today?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'll let you know later about the tape, but I felt really good about the work. To your point, they got a lot of reps. They got 7 out of every 12 reps that we get in all those periods. So I think it's about 60%. My math is right. So that was good to see them get all those reps against another defense, and that's a really good defense, really good front especially. It's good work for us.
It seemed like Mike Green was applying a lot of pressure in that last period. How encouraging was it to see him getting that to the quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, he did. He thought he got there about 3 times, so that's what the games were for, right? But he was bringing it. I thought Williams, Wemko, get that last sack was very impressive. It was fun to watch.
Coach, prior to the last series, what sort of feedback were you getting from the defensive side about how your offense are doing?
They said it went well down there. They said there was like 3 or 4 or 5 plays that they didn't like. So I'll have to see it. I was on the offensive field. They seemed happy about it, though.
You mentioned that Colts front, so specifically being able to have a joint practice and preseason game against a team like this. How much does that help going into the regular season?
It does. That's it. I was really happy when Shane wanted to do it because I know they've got a lot of good players. They're wide receivers. I mean, their offensive line is really good. They got a great back. Really good linebackers. I mean, the top linebacker didn't practice, but those other guys, they look pretty good today, especially in 2 minutes. So when you play against really top-notch players like that are not your own guys, it's valuable. It's like a preseason game in that sense for the ones.
John, I think you mentioned a little bit about the preseason, especially the opener. It's going to be like usual, no Lamar, no Derek, the top guys.
That's the way it's going to be for this game.
Yes.
We'll take the next game as we go.
Looks like you guys have rotated Andrew and Ben in that left guard spot. What have you noticed from those 2 guys and them being able to, establish a rapport with Lamar and the other guys on the line?
I think good. I mean, Andrew's had a really good camp kind of all the way through. Really impressed with the way he's played. He's a pro, very physical, very strong guy. And then Ben had a slow start to camp, but once we put the pads on, he accelerated and has done well. So, I think they're both playing really well. We're not finished. I mean, you can evaluate for the whole season when you're younger. You got to keep it going anyway, but I like the way those guys are playing.
John, when you impressed with LaJohntay Wesker, I think he might have taken one back, but he didn't call dead. Just curious what you saw from him when you returned today.
Look good. I'm going to be watching those guys and just see what their posture was catching the ball. I think they'll all be able to make returns. I want to see their posture catching the ball. I want to see how solid they look fundamentally catching punts, because that's where it starts. You got to be able to catch punts. I learned that from Andy Reid and Ray Rose, probably at the very first year. The punt catcher is more important than the punt returner. You have both, and you got something special.
What does good posture look like catching a punt?
Square. You're perpendicular to the path of the ball. You're square shouldered on the catch. Right down the middle. Elbows tight.
Have you had to get out there?
That's an easy one for me. I know the answer to that one.
Have you shown them? Have you gone out there and shown them yet?
You mean like catching a real punt? Absolutely not. we all know you don't do it. Right, Mike? I see Mike laughing. We all know we don't do that, right? Right.